Madam Chair, I hope you don't mind me asking about this. Baka po sa iba trivial ito, pero sa amin po ngayon, sa lahat ng mga nagtitipid, baka ho magtatanong sa isyong ito. Ma'am, at present, we have 318 members po sa Kamara. Ngayon, per Supreme Court requirement, dapat lahat sila mabigyan ng kopya ng Articles of Impeachment, including lahat ng ebidensya, lahat po ng inyong mga kaukulang dokumento para po kayong humantong dun nga sa naturang Articles of Impeachment. At bibigyan ng sapat na panahon ang bawat isa na basahin yan, kung babasahin nila. Ma'am, ito ho ba'y hard copies ng mga papel?
Dito sa Justice Committee, Manong Ted, we adopted the electronic way of furnishing copies to the Justice members and the parties, no? So lahat kami email, except for the notices na nagpapasend pa din ako ng hard copy, no? But for voluminous documents like evidences presented, lahat email yan. So I don't know with the plenary kung paano ba ang magiging mode ng kanilang transmittal of these documents. But I got your point. Masyadong costly kung ito'y hard copy lahat, considering that there are 318 members, like what you said, and the documents are voluminous. I'm sure that the leadership will be considering the less costly way of transmitting all these documents. After all, it is authorized naman under our rules to adopt the electronic way of sending documents.
Okay, gusto ko lang ito liwanagin nga sa usapin po ng pagtitipid. And then yung pong inyong pag-iingat, no? Sobrang pag-iingat nga po kaya kayo humahantong sa butuhan kung bubuksan ba yung mahiwagang box o hindi. Ito hong usapin po ng pagbibigay ng kopya kung ito ho'y pagdidesisyonan ng plenaryo na ito po ay soft copies po na lamang, ilang araw ang dapat yung ibibigay sa mga miyembro para masiguro na wala pong pupunta na Supreme Court para sabihin na hindi ko pa nababasa yan eh.
May 4 kasi, Manong Ted, we will be able to transmit this to the plenary. And I think from that date, pwede na silang mag-start mag-transmit to all the members and the vice president. No, that's part of due process also, para they will be able to come up with their informed decision come the plenary vote. Remember that in the case of Duterte versus HREP, walang minensyon ng Supreme Court with regards to the number of days in between the receipt of these documents and the plenary vote. So for me, I'm inclined to believe that reasonable period, which means that enough time na mabasa, ma-evaluate, I think should be enough to comply with the requirement of due process before the plenary vote. But indeed, there's no specific number of days that was provided in the Supreme Court decision.
Okay, so yung pong pagbibigay ng kopya ng Articles of Impeachment sa Vice Presidente, yung po lamang ay copy furnished lang sila. Wala na kayong hihintayin pa na anuman pong reply doon o reaction?
I believe wala na kasi natapos na yung clarificatory hearing, which is the proper forum where they should have filed their answer and presented their evidence. Remember that this second impeachment against the Vice President was filed under the first mode. Ito yung talagang mandatory ang referral sa Justice Committee because it is in the Justice Committee where the answer should be filed and the evidences should be presented, no? I don't think na magkakaroon pa ng deliberative process dito sa plenary except for the sponsorship of the committee report because it needs to be defended before the floor. And there will be, of course, interpellations also which will be coming from the House members. But for the purpose of filing an answer before the plenary, my humble submission is parang hindi na proper.
And so, kumbaga po, copy furnish ka lang. You were given the chance, di po ba, no, to answer, pero hindi nga siya sumagot dito. May sagot siya actually, pero pagkatapos po noon, wala na. Opo. Ma'am, gusto ho lang namin kayong kunan po ng reaksyon dito po sa post ni Congressman Pulong Duterte. Kung mamarapatin po ninyo, no, para at least po nandidiyan kayo na makakasagot po dito. O ito'y kanya pong statement April 29. Nagtatawag na daw ng mga congressman na bumoto para sa impeachment, kung hindi ay tatanggalin ang buong General Appropriations Act ng kanilang distrito. The national budget is not a weapon. Hindi ito panakot, hindi ito ginagamit para pilitin ang mga halal na kinatawan na sumunod sa gusto ng iilan. Uulitin ko, tao ang paparusahan ninyo para sa mga ambitions ninyo. Hindi kami uurong, hindi kami natatakot, dili may magpailad. Ano po yung reaksyon dun, ma'am, na sinasabi na meron daw pong umiikot at ang bibigay nga daw po ng pressure sa mga miyembro ng Kongreso to vote in favor of the articles of impeachment?
Ako, Manong Ted, I can speak only for myself, no? And I vehemently deny that statement of Congressman Pulong Duterte. Wala po akong na-experience na tumawag sa akin to employ influence on me, either as a member or as a chairperson of the Justice Committee. As a matter of fact, Manong Ted, gusto ko i-share. Kahapon, actually, marami akong nare-receive na text at tawag from members of the Justice Committee who are abroad. No? Nakikiusap sila na makaboto online. No? So that 53 should have been more kung pinayagan itong online vote. Kaya lang sabi ko sa kanila, it will be unfair for those who come. No? So, yung mga request ng mga kongs who are out of the country yesterday, na ma-register yung kanilang boto, talagang it was not considered, at least to make it fair on the part of those who attended. What I want to imply, Manong Ted, I think it was voluntary on their part, really, to support the impeachment process. That's why there were 53 who were physically present, and even those who are not physically present are really finding ways for them to be able to register their vote.
Opo. So, ma'am, ito ho bang, kahapon nagbutuhan nga po, unanimous, and then yung articles of impeachment po ay para sa pag-adapt nito po, pagbobotohan pa rin. Ano po, ma'am? Tama?
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
Yung May 4, kahapon was determination of probable cause, so na-declare na siya. But of course, we gave an order to the committee to come up with a committee report,
Opo.
the resolution and the articles of impeachment na aking ipinapa-furnish ng mabilis sa lahat ng justice members so that by May 4, they will be ready to decide whether to approve or to amend itong mga documents na prepare ng Justice Committee.
Opo. After all naman, hindi po ito kailan ito maibibigay sa mga miyembro ng Committee on Justice para naman sa kanila pong pag-aaral. After all, they were all present, supposed to be. Di po ba? Hindi na kinakailangan pa ng mahabang panahon para pag-aralan yung magiging articles of impeachment?
The instruction that I gave to the staff of the Justice Committee was Friday. To make it sure that by Friday, all members of the Justice Committee already received their respective copies through email of these 3 documents, the report, the resolution, and the articles of impeachment.
Opo, para klaro. Ma'am, kayo po'y miyembro ng Lakas CMD?
That's correct.
Opo. Meron na ho bang party decision sa magiging botohan para po sa articles of impeachment?
Wala pa pong patawag ang Lakas CMD, and even during the clarificatory hearing before the Justice Committee, wala naman pong formal meeting na nangyayari, no? However, I have to share with you that most of the leaders in the Justice Committee belong to the same party. No, Joel Chua is Lakas. Bell is also Lakas. DS Janet, who has been actively participating, and DS JJ Suarez are also Lakas. We share the same position, I think, in as far as this impeachment process is concerned. Ang sa amin, we stand for the accountability mechanism, we stand for the Constitution. But with regards to your question, kung may patawag, may meeting, wala pong nangyayaring meeting pa sa Lakas.
Opo. Para nga doon sa maaari pong party decision or party stand kung kayo ba'y partido o individual nga ng mga desisyon. Totoo ho ba na meron ng kumalas sa lakas? Na 23 members daw po, mga 20?
I am not really very particular, no? Ang alam ko lang, Manong Ted, may mga members ng lakas na lumipat sa PFP.
Ayun, oo.
I think these are, ang na-overhear ko, I'm not certain. Ang na-overhear ko ay comes from Laguna yata, at saka yung mga taga Isabela. And that is understandable because our speaker is a PFP member.
Opo, opo.
Our majority leader is a PFP member. No, I think that's the dynamics in the House of Representatives.
Opo, hindi lumipat sa oposisyon na partido o hindi sa kaalyado pa rin pong partido na ngayon nga po sila ho ang humahawak sa liderato, speaker at yung majority leader. Reasonable time inyong ibibigay dito po sa mga enough reasonable time para sa mga miyembro na pag-aralan po yung kabuuan ng mga dokumento at yung artikulo. Ang sabi po ng Supreme Court sa kanilang desisyon sa forthwith, yung nga daw po, no, reasonable time din. So hindi na po ito agad-agad, sabi nga ni Dean Mel kanina, iba na ang kahulugan po ng forthwith, no? Sa inyong pananaw, ano po ang ano ang inyong masasabi ho muna sa naging desisyon po ng Supreme Court dito po sa forthwith na petition na ito sa pagsisimula agad-agad nga dapat ng impeachment trial?
Well, because every impeachment process is surrounded by different circumstances eh. Ang sa akin, I think the Supreme Court is giving the judgment, the discretion to the Senate as to the interpretation of forthwith depending on the surrounding circumstances, no? Ang interpretation ko dyan, hindi literal na outright. Kung hindi, you have to consider the surrounding circumstances whether we should proceed already to convening the impeachment court, no? I think that is understandable, Manong Ted.
Yes, ma'am. Kasi nga po, yung sinasabing reasonable time na yan, hindi naman paghatid mo ngayon, bukas ka agad ang hearing. May mga paghahanda na may
Tama.
mga Opo.
Tama.
Opo.
Just like now, Manong Ted, di ba naka-recess?
Oo.
Naka-recess. May 4 pa magre-resume. If we assume the situation na matransmit today, tama ka dun. Hindi naman pwedeng bukas hearing agad, di ba?
Opo, opo.
So we should consider the surrounding circumstances.
Yun nga din pong ang ating pong next question, Madam Chair, no? So kayo po'y magbabalik sesyon on July 4. All right? And then
May 4.
I'm
May
sorry.
4 will
I'm
be
sorry.
the resumption.
Sorry. May 4, nag-a-advance ako sa CNDA. May 4, so May 4 ang inyong balik, and then ang target na date po ninyo, by May 11, dapat to napag-aralan na ng mga miyembro sa plenaryo, ito pong articles of impeachment, and hopefully po magbobotohan na kayo kung ito po ipapanik in the Senate. Pag ito po ay na-transmit in the Senate, opo, sa buwan ng Mayo nga, siguro May 12 o May 13 o May 14, yung pong forthwith na iyon. Kasi meron ho kayong break na napipinto on June 5. And ang balik na po ninyo ay July 27 na. Kung inyo pong iisipin itong reasonable time na forthwith na ito, dapat po ba mag-trial na bago kayo mag-CNDA o pagbalik na po ninyo sa second regular session?
I think there is nothing wrong with holding the trial upon transmittal, no? Although the senators will be in the better position to answer that. Kasi hindi ko alam kung ano bang preparation ang ginagawa nila before convening the impeachment court. But if you will be considering the rules of the Senate, no? They should be ready to hold the trial. Kasi wala namang ibang legal challenges surrounding this transmittal. So if there are no other challenges on the part of the Senate, kung wala namang ibang concerns itong mga senator, unlike during the first impeachment na nagkagulo pa sila doon sa interpretation of forthwith. Now we are very much guided by the decision of the Supreme Court. Considering the present circumstances, Manong Ted, I think they can proceed to trial already. even when there is an impending recess uli or sine die break by June 5. Wala namang masama doon.
Okay. So kayo din po sa mga prosecutors po ng Kamara, kung ito po'y aabutin ng sine die adjournment, kahit na po nakabakasyon kayo, okay lang sa inyo na may trial pa din na mapapanood at masasaksihan ng taong bayan.
Because this is a constitutional duty, Manong Ted, no? Bagaman, I am not really sure pa if we will be part of the prosecution panel because they need to be elected
Oh, yes, ma'am.
by the plenary, no? So, yes, I was part of the prosecution panel before, but I'm not certain whether this time mako-consider ulit tayo because it has to be
Opo.
a decision of the majority of the House of Representatives, no? Pero kahit naka-recess, we should be able to perform or fulfill our duty because this is a constitutional mandate.
Okay. Kung kayo po lamang ang masusunod, bagamat ito po ay desisyon ng mga kagalang-galang na mga senador, kung gusto po ninyo, kung kayo masusunod po, gusto po ninyo pagkatanggap nila 1 linggo, magsimula na kagad ang trial?
Ako kasi, Manong Ted, ever since ang position ko is not to delay this constitutional process because whether we like it or not, yun bang interest ng public is likewise at stake, no? And if the interest of the public is there, dapat mabilis ang aksyon ng ating gobyerno. And same is true with respect to these issues of impeachment. Itong mga ganito na nakakaapekto somehow sa stability ng administration, sa public interest, hindi dapat ito naaantala. So if there are no more legal predicaments surrounding the trial, I think the senators should proceed right away to hearing this, to the trial of this impeachment case.
Okay. Does it follow, ma'am, after po ng pagbubutuhan dito po sa articles na ito, and looking forward po na you will have more than the required number of votes, agad na pong maghahalal ng set of prosecutors?
With what I observed last time during the 19th Congress, parang sinunod na kaagad yan ng plenary that upon voting on the plenary as to whether it will be transmitted or not, sinunod agad nila yung election ng panel of prosecutors.
Dito ho ba requirement talaga dapat abogado?
Actually, the rule is silent whether a bar member or not, no? But since, of course, we know that this is a trial, I think the consideration of the House members is to consider those who are lawyers.
Are you
But
allowed?
there is no prohibition actually to non-lawyers if you will examine the rules.
Yes, ma'am. Yung nga po, kaya nga ako nagtanong nito na obligado ba ng mga abogado lahat ito? Ano po, ang inyo pong ihahalal. But again, yan po decision nga ng plenaryo. Are you allowed to hire private prosecutors?
Well, the rule is silent, but we've seen this in the past impeachment processes, Manong Ted, no? That the public prosecutors, yun yung mga House members, are supported or assisted by private prosecutors. Wala din namang prohibition na nakalagay sa rules. As a matter of fact, the rule is silent with regards to the private prosecutors. But this is very understandable, Manong Ted, because itong House members, we are not litigation lawyers, no? So we really need the assistance of private lawyers to help us in the prosecution of this impeachment case.
Opo, but it will depend on the Senate rules to allow private prosecutors to talk, to speak, or even cross-examine any witness.
Yes. The participation of the private prosecutors will be subject to the regulation of the impeachment court.
Okay. Sige po. So, may pahabol lang pong tanong. Si Madam, ito na si Madam Chair, hinahanap mo ilang araw na, ito na siya ngayon.
Yes po. Ma'am, meron lang sinasabi yung kampo ni VP Sara. Actually, nasabi na rin naman nila ito, pero ayon sa kanilang defense team, lumalabas daw dun sa buong nangyari dito sa hearing ng Committee on Justice na parang may mga bagay na ginawa ninyo na dapat sa Senate trial lang dapat po yan ginagawa. Ano pong tugon nyo dito?
Well, they filed already a lot of petitions before the Supreme Court. I think that issue will be better addressed by the Honorable Supreme Court. Pero kami sa Justice Committee, we're maintaining our position that the entire proceeding is constitutional. And our position to this date, kung wala namang temporary restraining order, kung wala namang injunction, we will proceed to our constitutional duty of prosecuting this case. First and foremost, ma-approve muna to sa Justice Committee on May 4 and then we transmit to the plenary. If at least 1/3 will sustain the committee report and the articles of impeachment, we will transmit as provided under the rules.
Oo. Ma'am, how are you handling itong mga supporters ni VP Sara that are saying na ito daw pong ginagawa ng House sa kanilang vice-presidente ay political persecution? Ano pong tugon nyo dyan?
Kung walang ebidensya, that is persecution. Pero kung may ebidensya, that is prosecution. And we anticipate na ganyan ang magiging sentiment because they are supporters of the Vice President. It should have been best if during the clarificatory hearing, nag-attend sana si Vice President para she was able to belie all the allegations. And if her evidence are sufficient to counter the evidence of the complainants, the justice member should have dismissed these impeachment complaints.
Oo. At nito po mga nagdaang mga clarificatory hearing na naganap sa Kamara, kayo po'y very confident na lahat ng ginawa ng members ninyo ay talagang safeguards po na nananatiling evidence-based yung naging proseso.
That is correct. As a matter of fact, narinig nyo kahapon dun sa manifestations ng mga justice members, manifestations like we are already compromising the Constitution being paramount, no? We are already compromising the exclusive power of the House of Representatives to initiate cases. Ang sabi ko sa kanila, we are not rebutting your argument, but we owe it also to the sovereign Filipino people to be as cautious as possible to make sure that we will be able to continue this impeachment process and reach the finish line, no? Kasi bagaman naintindihan natin Constitution is paramount, this is the mandate of the Constitution. Ang sabi ng Constitution, exclusive power natin itong initiation of impeachment cases. Yes, all of them are true. Kaya lang, we need to exercise the necessary caution. Otherwise, there's always the possibility of being halted by the Supreme Court. And if that happens, then we will not be able to fulfill our duty to the sovereign Filipino people.
At doon ho naman po kami
Humahang.
naghahatid po ng paghanga nga dito sa handling na ito. Yung pag-iingat kasi nga po para hindi po mawalan ng saysay at kabuluhan ang lahat ng pinaghihirapan ninyo at yung pong kahalagahan sa amin na mapanood po ang trial na ito at mailabas ang lahat ng ebidensya para magkaalaman na, hindi po ba? Kung karapat-dapat pa, magpatuloy sa kanyang posisyon si Binibining Sara Duterte. Yun po yun, Madam Chair. So, ma'am, salamat po muli na marami. Godspeed, ma'am, at muli ho kaming iistorbo.
Thank you. Maraming salamat.